Hello, love. It's nap time. Welcome to my very brand new podcast. Today, we're going to be going over introductions, just like a general what I hope this podcast to be. And then we're going to talk about some hot goss and how our days were. I am going to share some controversial takes that I read on Reddit. And I want to give my opinion on and also to share them with you because they are a little crazy. There's some fun ones in there to give you my controversial takes. And then we're going to talk about maybe some fast food chain ranking and then New Year's resolutions. So let's get into it. So first, I guess to start off, hi, my name's Erica. I hopefully will be posting these about once a week, and I just want this to be like two friends catching up. So the topics are going to be different every single week. And obviously, if I ever have like a guest on, the topics will be skewed towards them and like their interests and things that they know a lot about. But I wanted to just kind of be an open discussion about absolutely anything and to be fun and cozy and lighthearted. I recently saw a part of an interview with Sabrina Carpenter, and a late night TV show host. And I know his name, but I can't remember who it was. She was on an interview, and I think she was talking about that new Christmas special that she just came out with, which I have not seen yet. And Sean Astin is in it as Santa Claus. Sean Astin, which is such a cool, right? Such a great get. And so, the late night host is asking her, like, aren't you so excited that you got to meet him? What was it like meeting like the Samwise Gamgee and everything? And she was like, honestly, I know him as, I think Bob is his name in Stranger Things, which is crazy to me. I am the same age as Sabrina Carpenter, a humbling thing for sure. I know Sean Astin as Mikey from the Goonies and Samwise Gamgee. But yeah, Mikey from the fucking Goonies. That's my boy right there. Which I just think it's so funny how people are like raised differently with like different things, because I honestly, it took a very long time for me to even realize that the things that I thought were so universally known, not loved or even liked, but things that were so universally known to me was because of my family or the geographical area that I grew up in. And like money plays a part into that and everything. And it's very interesting as someone that moves and travels a lot and just like loves to meet new people and talk about them, where they're from and everything. It's really interesting to see like things that are universal and things that I thought were universal that fucking aren't. Like, that like really common saying on TikTok when someone posts a video about some fucking cringy thing that they do when they're alone or did when they were a kid or something like that, and the people in the comments are like, I've never had an original thought, I've never had an original experience. I think that is so funny because it's so true. We're all living such similar lives, and yet there are some things that I truly believe are so intrinsically a part of being human and just like existing in the world today. And then I talk to someone else who doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I'm like, oh, okay. Sorry about that, never mind. Cool, whatever. Like, I think a couple of those things would be like foods that I was eating, realizing that the way that I was eating them, not standard at all. I like to dip my fries in mayonnaise. Depending on where you live, what I just said is either like, yeah, I get it. I know a lot of people that do that. Or you think I'm fucking disgusting. And you're like, hey, what the fuck did you just say to me? Something that I realized as I've grown and traveled is people have very, very serious opinions about mayonnaise. Crazy. Absolutely fucking crazy work. It's insane. And something that I was a waitress for a little bit in the south of Texas here last year. I guess technically the year before. Welcome 2025. And I was talking to people, and the way that they used their condiments and wanted condiments put on their burger was the same way that I've asked my whole life. But everyone around me thought it was fucking weird to combine those certain condiments, only use those condiments. I like on a burger, I like mayonnaise and mustard. I want one on one top bun, one on the other on the bottom bun. I don't want them together on the same bun. Don't like ketchup. I love dipping my fries in mayonnaise. These are just things that I do for my condiments. And growing up, everyone thought that literally everything that I just told you was weird. To do any of those things, weird. And they were like, ah, that's such an interesting way to eat your food. First of all, why the fuck do you care? Why do you give a fuck how I eat my burger and fries? Crazy work. I was down in the South, and yeah, that's just I 8 times out of 10, that's how everyone ate their burgers out here. They are dry. Back in the Midwest, or just West, really depends on who you ask on that one. Back in Colorado, most shit is served to you dry. And you can just go add your own condiments to it, or you can ask for condiments to be put on the side. They have like a little bar with like the, the pump things, the big pump stations, and you can get your own condiments. So I think it's just really, that's just one of those really stupid but really interesting things that I like to notice. So first we're gonna start off with the like Reddit controversial takes that I was reading. We're gonna talk about them a little bit. I wrote them down because you are being recorded on my phone and I don't know what I would reference. Like I have nothing to look at here. So I just wrote down kind of like important blips from each thing so that I could remember them. This one was adults should be able to, if they are both of legal age, if they're both of legal age and consenting, they should be able to duel. And I completely fucking think that that is right. Not fight, not fisticuffs. I'm not talking about beating each other's ass. I want to duel with guns or with swords. I want to see a duel. And I think that could be a good way to like end a disagreement. Some duels, if we look at them historically, are meant to end in death. They don't gotta be that intense. But I think if you're both legal consenting adults, you should be able to duel. Why are you telling me that I can't fucking duel this bitch? Not fight. Though I wish that was legal too, because I want to deck a hoe. Duel would be fun. This person said, travel is not a hobby, it's a luxury. And they said, like you don't need to do it. It's not anything that's like saying that buying yourself presents is a hobby. Here's what I think is really interesting about this. I completely understand where you're coming from. Traveling is expensive. I also think you're confusing traveling with vacationing. There is a difference. Also, saying that giving yourself presents is a hobby. That is a hobby. If you want to like break it down to its most basic form, that is hobbies. I really love to do art, and I love painting, and I love drawing. So I got myself sketchbooks and nice pencils and new paints and a canvas. I love golfing, which is like one of the most expensive hobbies that you could fucking have. And so I got myself membership to a club and new golf clubs and like the caddy that they go in and everything. And I got a golf cart. What are other hobbies here? I like to play chess, so I got myself a whole collection of fucking chess sets and best books on strategies, and I pay to go to tournaments and everything to compete and show my chess set. There is literally no hobby that you can't just like break it down into its base thing and saying, I like buying myself presents. It's just a really specific type of fucking present that you're buying yourself. Traveling isn't always a luxury. Traveling for work or whatever, it can be expensive depending on what you're doing. You don't have to travel like on the best airlines or on an airline at all. You don't have to get all the excursions and get a really nice hotel. Me and my sister, we both travel a lot internationally, a lot. Um, and that's because, like, you can make it really affordable. If you want to and you know how to, you can find good, safe, clean places to stay that aren't $300 a night. You can learn about like the local areas and where to go for like food. Pretty much every place has like free events that are going on and like tours that you can take, or you can befriend like a local at a bar. I'm sure they'd love to take you on a tour if you find the right kind. A vacation is meant for like relaxing. Vacations are, I haven't had a vacation in years, but I've traveled mainly to like see family and stuff. Or like I'll drive to the center of my state to, because it's a big city there, to, you know, like go to a special bar that they have or whatever. But that's traveling. It's not a vacation. So even if vacation was a hobby, I would still say that it is a valid hobby, because hobbies aren't dictated on how expensive they are to you or productive or knowledgeable. A hobby is a thing that you enjoy doing, that you don't make money off of. And you, for the most part, unless you're those lucky few people that make like travel content, you don't make money traveling or doing vacations unless it's travel for work. I think that's an absolutely valid hobby. Sparkling water. This one I thought was really interesting. Sparkling water tastes like pins and needles, and that's good. This person, I think, needs psychiatric help. I think saying that is equivalent to one of those people that when their foot falls asleep and it wakes up, they like it. Or when you stand up really fast and you get dizzy, they like it. That one, I kind of get that one a little bit. Sparkling water tastes like pins and needles. You were correct. It is not good, however. Not good at all. I hate sparkling water. Why are you spicy? Why are you mad at me? LaCroix's disgusting. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of sparkling water in any way, shape, or form. I like sodas sometimes. I hate sparkling water. I will never drink it. I have tried it. I promise you I have tried it. I will not drink it though. Okay, these are my controversial hot takes. Some of them I just wrote down, the first ones that I could think of. I'm not going to share all of them because some of them might be actually maybe too controversial, and I don't want my first episode to be you hating me. The movies Titanic and Little Women are not good. I'm gonna let that sit with you for a second. The acting is good. The sets, the costumes, the music, it is all beautifully done. I do not like those movies. I am talking about the newer version of Little Women, which I hear is mostly similar to the original version of Little Women. I just didn't like the movies. I did not like the movies. I do not understand the hype behind it. Oh, same is true of the movie Bridesmaids with, I think Kristen Wiig is in it and Melissa McCarthy. It's just not good. I do not understand the hype. Titanic, I have seen one time, exactly one time in my life. And I was a teenager. It wasn't when it first came out. I'm still to this day angry about that movie. The only thing that I have held on to is how much I hate the ending of How I Met Your Mother. And that's not a controversial take because I've never met someone that does like the fucking ending of How I Met Your Mother. Because are you fucking kidding me? You spend basically the entire show building up Barney and Robin's relationship, an entire season dedicated to like the week before their fucking wedding, and then episode 1 of the next season they're divorcing because they've finished having fun together. Like, what, they still love each other but it's not passionate anymore? You mean marriage? Hello? And that actually leads me into my next controversial hot take. If you actually love the person you're with, the honeymoon phase lasts forever. Forever, if you actually love them. I mean, it might dwindle in the sense of you're not feeling the need to have sex like 5 times a day, every single day. Like that I'm sure will dwindle. And that's what I mean when I talk about Barney and Robin. Like that dwindled and they got comfortable with each other. They just started becoming like that really real relationship, and then in the show they were like, okay, done. I made our kids listen to the story forever, just so I could feel good about trying to fuck their aunt. Hello? No, absolutely not. It's just not. If you really love the person that you're with, the honeymoon phase stays and or gets stronger. Obviously everyone emotes in like a different way, but I'm standing by that. And I have an example of in real life, not a character on TV. My parents been together for like 13 fucking years now. More in love now than they've ever been. And 6 months from now, if you ask me, I will say they are more in love then than they've ever been. They have been crazy about each other. Crazy about each other since before they even fucking met. Okay? I genuinely obsessed with them as a whole. I actually stayed single for a very long time because I was like, no, I have high standards. I saw the way my dad treated my mom when he was first fucking trying to date her, and how he treated me. Because you know she was a single mother and everything. I saw the way that he fucking treated her, and I'm not settling for nothing fucking less. And I haven't. Thank you. I don't like Christmas. I don't like Christmas. I think this one is becoming less of a controversial hot take. I think more people are getting there the more that capitalism just ruins society. I mean, it's rampant, especially in America. So when I tell you how it began, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, I get that. But then I'm gonna tell you a little bit more, and then maybe you're also gonna get that too. So if you are currently typing like, how can you not like Christmas? Shut the fuck up. So first of all, I used to go hard for Christmas. Used to go hard as a kid for Christmas. Absolutely fucking loved it. My parents divorced, which was great. Love that for them. But like after that, the family was kind of like split up, and there's a certain portion of my family that I really haven't seen since. So because of that, because all the holidays were so big to my family growing up, and then we didn't have like the biggest holiday for us anymore, I was just like, you know, I really just like, I wanted, it was more I needed to take some time from celebrating it because it hurt. And then instead of having to go through that whole fucking backstory, I would just tell people, yeah, I'm just not really a big Christmas person. And then they would look at me and act like I just punted a puppy in fucking front of them. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. Genuinely. I have said some fucked up things to people, like as a little hee hee ha ha, or in all seriousness. And it's gotten like, I once asked a friend if she would help me bury a body. As a joke. Without hesitation. She was like, absolutely I would. Yeah, no, I absolutely would. You know, there's a pig from north of here, like whatever, the whole spiel. And I was like, oh, that's great, so much, blah, blah. Later on in the conversation, I mentioned to her that I do not like Christmas. And we haven't been friends since. It's ridiculous the way that people act. First of all, people gotta learn that other people can have different opinions to them. Actual opinions, not differences in morals. Opinions. You gotta fucking learn that. And there are some things that I understand having like such a strong opinion about that you're like, I cannot be friends with someone that has a different opinion than me on this specific thing. But I would reserve that for like really close friends, best friends, relationships, romantic relationships. But if it's just like a casual friend, like, if you like ketchup and I don't like ketchup, I don't think that should ruin our fucking friendship. If you love Christmas and I hate Christmas, I don't think that should ruin our fucking friendship. It's ridiculous and I hate it, and it's a stupid fucking holiday. I like the Yule, super big fan of that. I do enjoy the aesthetic of Christmas, the like early 2000s aesthetic of Christmas, the old Christmas trees and everything, and like what they used to look like. Absolutely fucking beautiful. I love the way that Christmas lights look. I love the way that they look on snow. 10 out of 10, all of that. But the actuality of what Christmas has become, the way people act about it, the whole happy holidays versus Merry Christmas fucking debate, and how angry people get about that. Capitalism as a whole, was just awful. It's, why are there only 3 songs? Why do we just keep redoing them? The only valid fucking Christmas song besides Santa Baby is Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas. Those are the only 2. Oh, Baby It's Cold Outside. Yes, the songs that I love most are Baby It's Cold Outside and all of that jazz. If you tell me Merry Christmas, I'll tell you Merry Christmas. If you tell me Happy Holidays, I'll tell you Happy Holidays. If you don't talk to me, that's preferred, actually. It's just, I don't know, it's ridiculous. I hate that every fucking store that you walk into, every restaurant that you sit at, every cafe that you fucking go to, every house that you walk past is blaring the same fucking songs over and over and over again. We were inside of a bookstore around Christmas time because they have really fucking good deals around Christmas time. And they were playing Christmas music, and it wasn't just Christmas music, it was like modern day, like poppy, hip hoppy, rap Christmas music. So it was just the same fucking songs. God forbid we write a new song. The same fucking songs rewritten to be like this awful kids bop type fucking beat, and it sounded terrible. It's one of my favorite bookstores, and I had to leave because it was so fucking bad. So fucking bad. Anyways, sports are only good if you watch them in person. I loved watching sports in person. Absolutely fucking adore it. Hockey, bet. Football, basketball, rugby, for sure. Baseball, my favorite thing to watch in person. But if you're gonna put it on TV, you kind of lose me, babe. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of any sport on the TV, on the television. I don't like it. It fills me with rage. Now, there are, of course, exceptions to everything. And I hate a motherfucker that's like, well, what about me? Shut the fuck up. Not everything's about you. I have this friend. Actually, the day that I'm filming this, I don't know if it's the day that it comes out because I have to, like, edit it and, all of that stuff. I've never done that before, so it'll take me a minute. But the day that I'm filming this is one of my really good friends' birthdays. Woo! And this is the friend that I was about to talk about. He loves sports. Big sports ball guy. And he really loves basketball. Basketball is his shit. And he's not good at comforting crying women. I don't know if he's good at comforting crying men. I have no experience with that. So one time, years ago, me and my boyfriend at that time had broken up. And I didn't want to come home because it was late. And he lived real close to my home. This friend. So I didn't want to come home, and I didn't want to be alone, and I would have had to be quiet, and I just felt like crying, maybe like talking to someone about it. And this friend is an insomniac, so I knew that he would be awake, and I went to his place, so that I could, feel better and be around someone that cared about me. And he tried to make me a drink, but he only had liquor, no mixers, and I was like, no, I don't want to do shots right now. And he didn't know how to comfort me, so he just started telling me basketball statistics and showing me some of his favorite basketball moments from like the 90s. And it was genuinely so adorable that it did make me stop crying. I did feel better. I still think of it as a very cherished time, because I had this friend that, wanted to take care of me and just did not fucking know how, and was like, what would make me feel better? Basketball. And he told me a bunch of stories about some of his favorite basketball players. I don't remember their names, but I do remember the stories. So happy birthday. I hope you're having a great day. I have been to a basketball game. It was a Spurs game. We had box seats. Because the job that I worked at the time, which I will not mention the name, but the job that I worked at the time had a program where if you saw like a game or a concert or something that you fucking wanted to go to, you could just get tickets for it, like for free through the company. They wouldn't take it out of your paycheck or anything like that. It was just one of the perks of working there. And so my family, a person in my family really loves the Spurs. So I got us tickets, box tickets, VIP parking and everything. What is that called? Valet parking, VIP entrance, box tickets to a Spurs Nuggets game in Denver. And I ended up going with my parents, which was very fun. I love them so much. I will talk about them a lot. They're like some of my best friends. I love them so much. Genuinely, if I only have one view besides me on this fucking YouTube video, it's my mom. Hi, Mom. Girl's my ride or die. Every TikTok that I make for me and her. I don't give a fuck about anybody else seeing that. It is for me to laugh at, or it is for my mother to laugh at, or it is for us to laugh at. There are some TikToks that I make and I post them privately just because I want to make it to send it to my mother. And I don't want anyone else to see it. Ride or die. But that basketball game was just so great. The energy, the people that are there. I don't have to fucking know every intricate little rule. If you can't figure out what the fuck is going on that field, it's real simple. Let me tell you. Every sport has the same general layout, which is there are two people, teams, whatever, and they both want something on the other person's side, and the other person's like, I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch. I want it on your side. And then they just spend like an hour and a half trying to redecorate a field. Or no, it's all a form of field. It's all a form of field. Volleyball. I want this ball on your side. No, I want it on your side. No, it's on your side. That's volleyball. Soccer, you gotta get it into the other person's net. Basketball, you gotta get it into the other person's net. Football, you gotta get it into the other person's touchdown. All sports, almost all sports. I'm sure there are sports that I don't know about. Most all sports' goal is get this item over to your enemy without your enemy attacking you. That's it. It's so basic. I'm sure you can figure out what's going on. I love watching hockey in person. I love watching rugby in person. Baseball in person is my favorite fucking thing. And let me tell you why. I have never, ever, ever, ever seen more angry fans than baseball fans. It does not matter the team that they are rooting for. There's just literally no more amped up fucking people in a stand than people in baseball. I have been to a lot of different sports games. Not professional, or not all professional, not all college, whatever. I've been some beer leagues that are adults in the little small town doing it because I have a friend on a team or something like that. And I've never had the energy and the pure, raw, visceral anger that are baseball crowds. Hilarious. It's my favorite part. I don't even really fucking watch the show. I watch and count how many fist fights are breaking out in the stadium. Always at least one. At least one. Tell me right now, if you have ever been to a live baseball game, especially a professional one, if there hasn't been at least one fucking fight in the stands. I don't know why it happens. Obviously, it's a poor mixture of high testosterone, alcohol, and the excitedness that comes with watching sports in person. But it is just so funny to me. And yeah, so baseball is my absolute fucking favorite sport to watch in person. Um, Now we are going to transition over into our next segment, which is going to be our hot food takes. We're going to be ranking fast food restaurants. Not all of them, obviously, because there's like a billion of them, but the ones that I could think of that are like national, at least in America, because I mean, there's a fuck ton in America. I don't know how many more are international, and I also haven't experienced them, so I have literally no place ranking them. Absolutely none. Um, but I think it's really interesting to try to rank fast food just as like, oh yeah, like this fast food place is better than this fast food place. Bitch, what the fuck are you looking for? If I am looking for like burgers and you're looking for chicken because you don't like burgers and we're ranking fast food places, we're not going to be ranking them based on the same fucking criteria because these are different types of food establishments. So we're gonna be ranking the fast food places that I could fucking think of in categories. Okay, I'm really hoping that in like this side I'll be able to like, like put each of the categories and then like the little lists that I'm about to say, but I don't know if I'm gonna know how to edit that. This is my personal ranking, my personal opinion, okay? So, for me personally, if you're going for like a fast food joint and you want like the best burger, to me the best fast food joint burger is Five Guys. This is a controversial take for two reasons. One, because of like the niceness, I guess, and the price of Five Guys. Some people that I talk to say that it's not technically fast food and it's just a burger restaurant. I would say it's fast food. Google would say it's fast food. I don't fucking know. And I know a lot of people that actually don't like Five Guys, and especially if you're in California, there's a lot of people that would hang you for that because they're just so slobbery on the fucking In-N-Out dick. I've had In-N-Out. I don't get it. It's so thin. It's so bland. There's no flavor. It's so expensive. The lines are so long. It's not a good experience. I've had it a few times. I've had it probably like 5 or 6 times in my life because I wanted to try it in like different areas. Maybe this area is just like really bad. Maybe it was just like an off day. Maybe it was an off month. Whatever. I have given it fair shot. I don't like it. Five Guys to me is top tier. They will always give me a cup of mayonnaise without judgment. Their fries are fucking killer, and them and McDonald's, two very different tastes, but probably the best fries out of any fast food joint ever. And Five Guys, what's great, besides the fact that they give you like an entire potato farm's worth of fries in every bag, is that their fries are really good if you heat them up too. Like the next day, if you have them left over, put them on a tray, put them in the oven, heat them up for like 10 minutes. Shit's still really good. You can't do that with basically any other fast food fry. So that's, something that I think about. I would say Shake Shack would be my next one for burgers. But genuinely thinking about it, I think I've only really eaten at a Shake Shack as an adult at the airport because they're there and I know that they're good burgers, and their shakes are really fucking good. So I go there and I have them and I enjoy them. I think the price is a little cray cray, but I think it's, nonetheless really good. That would be my number 2 pick for best fast food burgers ever. The best burger I've ever had is at a small locally owned restaurant in the town that I grew up, Seymour Springs, Colorado. They make some of their burgers, you can pay extra, of course, with bison meat. And if you've never had a bison burger, you need to. Life-changing. So fucking good. And then the third is Sonic. It's just, Sonic has such good burgers. I don't know what it is about them, but they've got good flavor. And I so fuck with a burger and a milkshake. I love that combo. It is timeless. It is a classic. I want a burger, and I want it to be with a strawberry or peanut butter milkshake, okay? And Sonic provides that for me at a very good price. It's a filling burger. You can also get sides. It's good. I like that. Sonic is my number 3. Actually, no, Sonic is my number 3 for burgers. If you're looking for pizza, Domino's and Pizza Hut are tied for me. Kind of. Domino's, I think, is just like better overall in terms of pizza, and the pizza is great cold the next day. I also really love Domino's wings. I love their chili cheese tots. I love their Alfredo. They do more than just pizza. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's really fucking good. And they also have a lot of like deals all the time. So when I'm like broke, I always have like an emergency pizza at Domino's that I can get for free, you know, or like a free medium pizza or something like that. And so that's something really great. Pizza Hut tastes really good. Sometimes their cheese pizzas are really great. Pepperoni, hit or miss. But they don't sit well at all. But genuinely, if I want pizza, I get pizza from the freezer section in the grocery store. I'm a DiGiorno girly. I love fucking DiGiorno. My mom just told me a pizza brand that she told me to try. I think it's called Home Run. I want to say I made a baseball joke when she told me it. I think it's called Home Run. I haven't tried it yet because I haven't found it in my store yet. And I also haven't been grocery shopping. I like looked on the store app, you know. Love DiGiorno. DiGiorno's fucking stuffed crust with pepperoni is just, it's immaculate. It's immaculate. I don't like thin crust. I think thin pizza is disgusting and it's a disaster. That doesn't mean I want the fucking craziness of a deep dish that's like this big, because that's, I mean, you know, it's a pizza pie. Too much for me personally. I want just like a nice thick doughy piece of pizza. That's my shit, with good crust. Crust is essential. Bread is so essential to every meal. If you really think about it, have you ever had an Italian dish where you're not like, oh, and that bread is so good. The garlic breadsticks are so good. The toast is so good. The rolls that they bring you at the beginning is so good. So many times when you leave a restaurant, any type of restaurant, barbecue, Italian, French, Indian, bread, real big fucking focus for food. I just feel like people don't stop to think that a lot. But on that vein, we're going to talk about like the best sandwich places, which I feel like people don't think about a lot when they talk about fast food. Subway is so good. Subway is so good. Why aren't people hyped enough on Subway? That's fucking ridiculous to me. Subway's so fucking good. I forget about it for like months at a time, and then I'll be like scrolling through restaurants in my area because I'm hungry and I don't know what I want to eat, and I'll see Subway on there and I'm like, you're so right. I do want Subway because their meatball subs, their tuna subs, oh my god. It's so fucking good. So fucking good. Next on that list would be Which Wich for me, which I haven't had. I haven't had in years, but I do remember getting them frequently when I was like 19, 20, working, because they were really close to where I worked. So I really loved getting them, and they were equidistant as the Panera to my workplace. So Panera would be third on my list, but that's actually not for sandwiches. It's for their mac and cheese. I know how they make it. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. They put it in a bag and then they boil the bag. I don't fucking care. I love Doritos. I don't fucking care. That shit tastes good. That's all I fucking care about. The inside of my body is preserved so well because of all the fucking processed food that it has taken in. I also really love vegetables and fruits. Don't get me wrong. I love Panera's mac and cheese. Panera's like creamy broccoli soup, I think it is, also very good. Their sandwiches are mid, but those two things, they do them really fucking well. Chicken places, I get really heated about, and you'll see why in a second. My favorite chicken place of all time. Okay, the chicken list is gonna stray a little bit from the nationwide chains because I do think at least a couple of them are very area fucking dependent. My favorite fried chicken place that I have ever had, and I actually had like a little addiction to for like half of last year. I got them weekly, which is ridiculous. Golden Chick. I don't know what the fuck they're putting in their rolls, their mac and cheese, their gravy, their chicken, but it's like crack to me. It is like crack cocaine in my little system. They have the best fucking fried chicken that I've ever fucking had. At a fast food place. And I love it. I love that shit so much. Every single week I was getting the fucking 3-piece combo and I was getting them all drumsticks and I was subbing out my drink for an extra side and that so I would get 2 things of fries, sub out my drink for an extra side. The side would be mac and cheese and then I would get a this size of white gravy and I would just dip that shit in there and I would also get an extra roll because their bread is so good. I mean, we all know Texas Roadhouse is like some of the best rolls ever, right? Texas Roadhouse, Red Lobster, and I think Golden Chick is right under there for me for restaurant rolls. Very good. Whataburger, really good. Chicken tenders, not really fried chicken. It's a chicken tender. But it's still really good and it's local in my area. And I think that they're good. But if you're going just off fried chicken, next for me would be KFC. Unfortunately, the last time I ate there, which was a couple years ago, they were really greasy and really expensive. So I don't know if maybe that was just like a one-time fluke. But growing up, I fucking loved KFC. I thought they were great. I've always been a decent bit more pricey than the average fast food place. But I always really liked them. And their chicken little sandwiches, I don't know if they still have those, but they used to have chicken little sandwiches, which are just very good. 10 out of 10. Popeyes is honorarily on the list because I know so many people fucking love it. I don't know how to say this to y'all. I do not like Popeyes that much. Rolls are really big for me. And their biscuits are dry as hell. And I also really don't like spicy. And since it's supposed to be Cajun fried chicken, it's all a decent bit spicy. I like spicy as a flavor, as a part of the dish. I don't like spicy as what it's starting to become, which is like this competition to see who can have the spiciest fucking thing. Oh, this is so hot that it made me bleed. You gotta try it. Oh my god, this is so fucking hot. It cleared my sinuses. No, I want this to be an enjoyable experience. This is like one of the few joys I have in my life is eating. I don't want to be getting attacked from the outside. Now, if the spice enhances the flavor, there's a restaurant that I worked at a lot in high school, and all of her food is spicy. She makes all of it fresh. She's from Sumatra, and so it's all Sumatran food. And she makes all the food fresh, and all of her food is a little bit spicy, and it is so good. It is genuinely so beautiful, and it's flavor, though. The spice that she adds into it makes it hot, hotter than any other type of spice you'll ever have, but it's with flavor. It doesn't just feel like it's attacking you. Because I feel like a lot of the times when people are trying to making things spicy, you can't even taste the food anymore. You just taste the spice. Hers isn't like that. It does what it's supposed to do, and it accentuates the food. You know, it really like highlights it. It's like putting makeup on your face. Your face is already gorgeous. The makeup makes it more pretty, right? So that's what her spice is. That's what I think spice should be. Some people treat it like a fucking facial reconstruction, making you an entirely different person. It's like a face-off surgery. I don't like that. I hate Raising Cane's.
You suck!
I'm so sorry to say that. I genuinely do not like them. And the way that I was introduced to them, I think is a really big part of that. But then just like the food alone, I was like, this isn't good. Yeah, so the way that I was introduced was, it was around that time when I was like 19 or 20, and I had a job in a call center environment, and I had made friends with a couple of other people that started the job and like were in the same like training nesting group as me. They're like really cool people. And I am originally from the South, but moved to Colorado very little. Um, so I don't know. My my mother is very not very, but my mother's also from the South, and so like a lot of stuff that she would feed me was like South, and we just I don't. We love food, okay? So I really one particular day was craving fried chicken. And I was really frustrated that I couldn't find good fried chicken anywhere. I was like, I don't want fucking KFC. I don't want Popeyes. I want like really good, not greasy, not spicy, just really good fried chicken. And this whole group of people that I was friends with at the time started praising this place, Raising Cane's, which I had never eaten at before. I'd never even heard of it before. And they were like, oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god, it's so good. You have to have it. You're gonna love it. This is the best fried chicken that you will ever have in your entire fucking life. I was like, oh my god, okay, cool. We have like an hour lunch. Let's go there for lunch. So we go there for lunch, and they bring me into this establishment, and I look at the menu, and there's not a single piece of fried chicken on the fucking menu. It's all chicken tenders. The whole menu is chicken tenders. I don't know if it's changed since then. It's been like 6 years since this happened. It's been like 6 years since this happened. Wow, time is crazy and doesn't exist. And there's no fried chicken on this fucking menu. I know technically chicken tenders are fried chicken. I know that. I know that, okay? Because it is chicken and you do fry it. But when I, along with many members of my life, say I want fried chicken, I don't mean a fucking chicken tender. If I want chicken tenders, I'll say I want chicken tenders or chicken nuggets. Okay, these are three separate things to me. They all have separate tastes to me, separate sauces that you dip them into. Chicken tenders is either white gravy or ranch. Chicken nuggets is mayonnaise. Fried chicken, that depends on who's making the fried chicken. Okay, like, honestly, either white gravy or there's nothing that you're dipping that shit into at all because it's so fucking good. So I'm like looking around, I'm like, where's the fried chicken? And they're like, what are you talking about? There's a whole menu of fried chicken. I'm like, no, there's a whole menu of fucking chicken tenders up there. That's not fried chicken. That's chicken tenders. I mean like a drumstick, a wing, a thigh, a chicken that has been pulled apart and fried. That's what I want. And they're like, oh, no, this isn't a place like that. And I'm like, yeah, clearly. Hello? And they're like, well, like, why don't you get some tea? And I'm like, you know what? Okay, I do love sweet tea. Love me a good glass of sweet tea. Forgot that I was in Colorado. It's not sweet tea. It is cold iced tea. And they said the famous thing that people not from the South love to fucking say to people from the South when they want sweet tea, which is just add sugar into it. It's the same thing. So I don't know if you guys took a science class and you know what solubility is, but essentially, sugar cannot melt in cold. So sugar sits at bottom of glass, no mix sweet. Makes one sip very sweet, but rest of drink not sweet. Also, I don't think tea should be cold. Unless it's like a Thai iced tea. Like Thai tea should be cold. But sweet tea, that needs to be hot to warm when you fucking give it to me. If you put ice in sweet tea or serve it cold, I hate you. I hate you so much. So much. Okay. That was the chicken rant. If you have other places that you want me to rank or talk about, I will, because I love talking. So next we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions because it is just after the new year. So I just kind of want to know what your guys' New Year's resolutions are and if you even did them. I haven't done them in a few years because I don't believe in time. Time does not exist. This is a man-made construct that we put definition to. And then we made the start of our fake years. We made years. And then we made the start of those years like this very important imperative time to improve yourself and start improving yourself, and no one ever sticks to their resolutions. And I think it's because people don't make good enough resolutions, or the right kind of resolutions. Like, every resolution I hear is like, oh, I want to quit smoking, I want to quit drinking, I want to start going to the gym more and eat healthier. That's great. I want to try a new type of cheese every month, and I also would like to get a new rock and or seashell every time I go outside. Why don't we have resolutions like that? My resolutions aren't really like steadfast goals that I need to have. It's like, it'd be like really cool if I could be in the sun more. I would like to go to the beach more often. I would like to not throw eggs at people. That's not true. I would love to throw eggs at people. But I feel like people have kind of ruined New Year's resolutions and making them so like rigid on self-improvement. Baby, you can do that any time of year. You can do that any time of year. You do not need to wait for the fake man-made clock to strike midnight and for it to become January 1st for Cinderella to come out of the ball. Okay? I promise you do that. You will be just fine if in, the beginning of September you're like, you know what? I'm going to stop drinking. I want to stop smoking. I want to, work out. I want to try more cheeses. I want to see how many different types of pasta I can make this year. Actually make, not just like I mean in my head, like actually like make the pasta, like dough and all, Just do it whenever you want to do it. On a kind of sub note, I just hit 1 year tobacco and nicotine free. It wasn't a New Year's resolution. In like December, I was like, okay, well, you know what? When I do the thing that a lot of smokers do, which is when I run out of this pack, I'm not going to smoke anymore. I ran out of the pack on January 3rd, and I haven't smoked since. I wasn't really a vapor beforehand. Like, if someone would offer me a hit, I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. So I haven't vaped since, and I haven't smoked a cigarette or cigar or anything like that since. Woo! Let's see here. So I'm very curious to hear about your guys' New Year resolutions, or maybe some fun, good ones that you've heard your friends say that you're like, you know what, I'm thinking about doing that. Or just ones in general that you think are just really good resolutions or really funny resolutions. I'd love for you guys to share that with me down below. If you have enjoyed this episode, which I hope that you have, is it an episode? I guess it is. If you've enjoyed this, me talking at you, you can see me next week. And if there's topics that you want me to talk about, I have a whole list of topics that I want to talk about. I'm going to be picking like 2 or 3 kind of a week. Drop a comment below and I will talk about it. Thank you for watching Nap Time and joining in, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye, love. Here's my sunglasses. Here's my eyeglass case that I've been using as a microphone.